Hey, welcome to the program. I hope you're all having a warm evening out there in Lake Orion. My name's Ian Witherspoon. I'm your host, and I am Between Taorminas.
What pencil makes his better?
Oh, the whole gang's back together here on Between Taorminas.
It's a Texas
It's a
phrase.
wonderful day. Shut up.
It's a Texas
Don't talk to
phrase.
me.
Yeah, whatever.
Get out of here.
It's been a month. It's been over a month since we've been last been together.
It's been trying times.
It has been. You've been out with your ACL injury. Sammy's been with the
I had a girls'
big
basketball
girls
game
game
last
last week. So
Of course, announcing.
How many
Guys,
points you score?
No, I didn't play. You'll probably see
Oh.
my announcing skills on Orion Neighborhood Television in the near future.
Let's hope not. All right. Well, we had an interesting football weekend around town, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Started off pretty good on Saturday, didn't it?
other than the couch burning and 15 arrests,
Well, that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
kids
You
are
were up there,
spoiled.
weren't you?
No, it was not.
Kids
Oh.
are spoiled.
You wouldn't have burned your couch if the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup?
If the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup, I would have been happy, but I would not have burned my couch. I'm not a kid.
Well, you're not a real fan, it sounds like. Just kidding. All right, well, let's talk about what happened in Indianapolis to kick off today's festivities. Who here thought the Spartans were going to lose? Almost
No,
got
I
ya.
didn't.
Do you think they were going to lose?
Remember
So
what
the
I said
Buckeyes?
last week?
Yeah,
I
you
said
thought-
Michigan State would win.
You thought they'd lose 49-0.
I think you're Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs.
You know, let's look at Michigan State. You know what I mean? This has been a program since 2007 that really, you know, they were rock bottom. This team was horrible under John L. Smith their last year. In comes Mark D'Antonio, new coach from Cincinnati, former assistant at Michigan State under Nick Saban. He's made this program into exactly what Michigan State ought to be, and it's competing for championships year in and year out. And this was a big step for the program that, and to do it against a team that's won 24 straight games like Ohio State, and to get to the Big Ten, to get to the Rose Bowl, is very important for this program.
How mad are you that they couldn't beat Notre Dame this year?
Really mad. Because they had a chance to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Coach D doesn't screw it up and put Maxwell in there,
Or put
or-
Cook.
no, he put Maxwell in there for Cook.
Right.
Cook would have gotten that team to win that game, I think. And Michigan State, who knows? We've been talking national championship game, maybe.
Definitely.
Michigan State proved that they were the best team in the Big Ten all year. That defense proved that they are for real.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State proved they have an offense. Connor Cook is a quarterback for the future. There is no doubt that Michigan State deserves to be in the Rose Bowl. And they were the better team. They exposed Ohio State. They watched the Michigan film, and they exposed Ohio State's secondary.
There's a reason why Michigan State's the best defense in the country. They have two good corners. Strong safety and free safety are both very good. Max Bullock is a very good leader there. And their defensive line, of course, you got Sheree Calhoun, may create havoc. This is a good defense. This is why, you know, they have made life miserable for teams, even teams that run spread option attacks, read option attacks like Michigan, Ohio State. They will run that. And then Nebraska, you know, they're a team that runs that. I mean, this is a defense that deserves to be in this
How
game.
much credit do you give to Pat Narduzzi?
Very
Everything.
little. Oh.
Everything. Pat Narduzzi has done a magnificent job with this defense. A lot of people questioned him in 2007 when he followed Coach D'Antonio to Michigan State. They wanted him out of town. I remember after that year because his defense was not very good. Let's understand that. That year, his recruits were not in there. And now his recruits are in there, and he has done a magnificent job, especially with that defense.
Now he might look at going to UConn.
I'm a little scared about that. I hope he doesn't leave Michigan State, but if he leaves for Connecticut, I don't know how he would survive, especially with how former Michigan State offensive coordinator, Don Treadwell. Yes, he went to Central Michigan, and he's struggling over there.
Well, it's a move that coaches sometimes make, but a lot of people say Narduzzi's in line for the Spartans job eventually.
He will be eventually. I think he will be.
Right.
I think he will be once Coach Antonio retires.
All right, well, we'll see. Now, looking forward, Pac-12 champs, Pac-10 champs,
Pac-12.
Pac-12 champs. Can't keep the numbers straight. Big 12, Big 10.
Yep.
Who knows? Big 12's got
Stanford.
10. Big 10's got 12, 14.
Before
Anyhow, Stanford, okay? They were a pretty highly ranked team all year, even though they lost 2, right?
Yeah, they lost to Utah with a questionable game. I still have a head scratch over that one. And then they lost to Southern California on the road.
Right.
I mean, like, Southern California team's going to go under a new transition when they brought in Steve Sarkisian from Washington. I was a little surprised about that move. But on the Stanford, power running team, very similar to Michigan State. They basically do the same things. They're basic 4-3 set. Like they like to run. Michigan State, of course, likes to bring a lot of pressure. But also, I think it's a matter of strength on strength.
It's like an old school matchup.
Yep.
Power on power. What's your read on it, Ant?
I agree with you. Power on power. I think that the defense is the biggest strength for both teams. I think that it's going to be a really good football game. It's going to come down to the quarterbacks, though, I think.
I also forgot both teams have running attacks.
Right.
Like, both these teams cannot survive winning a game by themselves. They need to have a strong running game. Stanford, of course, has some of the weirdest formations. They'll put 7 offensive linemen in one series, which I think they're going to test the pressure of Michigan State in that game.
So do we think, all things being equal, everything in the trenches that's going to slug itself out? I think big things are going to be playmakers, quarterbacks, receivers, secondary, all from Michigan State. What do you think? Come down to the big play?
It's going to come down to I still think it's going to come down to the trenches.
Stanford's got experience. They played in this game last year. It's going to be a very interesting game for Michigan State. But Michigan State's excitement and their defense, I think, could carry them heading into New Year's Day.
It'll be very exciting. On a personal scale, I'm actually very, very proud of Michigan State walk-on Robert Aiello, who played for Lake Orion as a wide receiver, and he's going to get himself a Big Ten championship ring. I'm so proud of him. He did a lot of good things for them this year. But being a walk-on, he did a lot of good things, especially at practices, and he truly deserves the Big Ten championship ring.
I know him by another name. It's Country Bob. Country Bob. I know Country Bob.
And we all know Michigan and Kansas State. That's for another time.
What?
Michigan plays Kansas State in the
for the
Buffalo Wild Wings
Parmesan
Bowl.
Garlic Bowl.
Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yep. Whoop-de-doo.
All right. Well, hey, listen. Any predictions yet on Stanford and State?
No. Let's wait till Christmas.
A little Christmas present.
Wait till Christmas.
Unwrap that one at Christmas.
Yeah, let's unwrap that at Christmas.
Yeah.
My mind says State right now.
Your mind says State.
Yeah.
Let's hope that the at the Rose Bowl is a little different ratio of fans, red and green. Hopefully it's 50-50, unlike Lucas Oil Stadium.
Well, Stanford's a lot more closer than
it is, but there were a lot of Buckeyes there.
Yes,
in
there was.
Indianapolis.
But there were a lot of Buckeyes that left unhappy.
Yes, all of them. Filthy heathens.
I wouldn't call
Spencer Murphy and Chrissy Janella are both big Ohio State fans. You got to be careful
Case
what
in
you say.
point.
I wouldn't call them filthy heathens. I would call Michigan fans
All
that.
people from Ohio are filthy heathens.
No.
We'll be right back here on Between Taorminas.
I would call Michigan fans filthy heathens.
What?
Welcome back to Between Taorminas, where dreams are made every week, right here at Orion Neighborhood Television. Guys, so it wasn't all rosy.
No.
Sure wasn't.
No.
There
was
was
an adventure on. There was snowy on Sunday.
And the Lions went up. They were 14-0, right? Oh God, what?
Oh, good grief.
Lions can't win. Lions will make the playoffs, and Pat Caputo knows it. And the Lions can't win in 6 inches of snow. That's what happens against the Eagles.
Why are you yelling at me? I know.
Can't win in 6 inches of snow. And I say the Lions will make the playoffs, and Pat Caputo knows it. I'll tell you why Pat Caputo knows it. Because 1, Lions are not as good as people think. 2, Green Bay will catch the Lions. They will catch the Lions.
No.
You just watch.
No.
Yes.
No. Come
They
on.
will lose. They will lose to Baltimore, and they will lose to Minnesota.
They're gonna lose to
They're
Baltimore.
gonna lose to Baltimore?
Yeah.
They're gonna lose to Minnesota?
Who are you rooting for when you go to that game?
Yeah. Yeah, who are you rooting for?
Well, Baltimore is one of my teams.
You're gonna root for
You rooting for
Baltimore?
Baltimore?
I don't know yet. I haven't thought of it yet.
Oh,
How could you?
all right, let's.
All right. Anyways, there was some positives though. There was Thomas. Remember the Lions caught two
Lydell
catches.
Ross.
Lydell Ross. He was a positive.
Who's that?
Isn't he got the kickoff return for the touchdown?
Oh yeah, he's the guy that scored more points in the offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Lions can't move the ball under. Well, also what didn't help was Reggie Bush getting hurt.
Also didn't help is how many fumbles did they have?
They lost
Oh
5.
my gosh.
No, they didn't lose 5.
7.
They had 7.
Lost 3.
1. And they lose 1?
No, they lost 3.
No.
Well, nonetheless, there are turnovers, and the Lions have no one to blame themselves for that. Also, the officiating. The officiating. Did
Ed
you
Hockley?
see the game? Did you see the game? Did you see where they called a couple of them Fairley and Sue that
Back to
should
back.
never been called?
Was it back to back?
I
It was
think
close
so.
to being back to back.
Yeah.
Those were 2 of the worst calls I've seen this year. Of course, they came against the Lions.
Yeah.
My question is, one positive. What are you doing? Get up. You're on TV. Come on. One positive was, or all year has been the Lions' rush defense, right? Stop the run.
They let LaShawn McCoy go off.
Has he ever had a better game as a pro?
No.
No. How many yards did he have by himself? 217.
17. That's heinous.
What happened there?
I think what happened was that the Lions I think Philadelphia adjusted. Rumors that they changed shoes. I think that, but I also think they let the Lions let the referees get into their heads, especially on defense. And I think that we saw, it's the same thing that's been frustrating for the Lions is that they're talented, but they just can't seem to get it done.
I wrote this here.
Oh,
You
God.
can't stop McCoy, and the snow stopped falling. I'll tell you why. Once the snow stopped falling, the Eagles took over the game. That's what happened here. You look at it in the first half, it was terrible. Weather conditions were awful. And the Lions took advantage of the weather. So basically,
Lions adjusted a lot better
Kind
than the
of.
weather.
Kind of took advantage.
until the late
Fumble
second
still.
half, when the snow stopped falling, and Philadelphia went bonkers on 4th down. And of course, what also doesn't help is having 6 inches of snow on the ground.
I just can't understand how that defensive line got pushed the way they did. That doesn't add up
That's
to me.
inexcusable.
Doesn't add up.
It doesn't. I mean, you play so good against Green Bay, and then you lay a goose egg against.
Well, Green Bay was playing against a middle school team. They did not look like a pro team. But the Eagles look like the Niners from the late 80s or something.
The
It was
Eagles are
ridiculous.
not that good. I
They're
mean,
not
the
that good.
Cowboys should win the division.
I don't know.
Well, you never know. Tony Romo's got a really bad history of collapsing in December.
Don't say anything negative about Jeff Heath's team.
And also, let's look at it here. The Lions, these are the Lions. And the fact that Chicago is still in it, Green Bay is still in it, this is all, and I think the reason why I think Green Bay is going to win the division is because once Aaron Rodgers comes back, the division will be all power of cheese.
Well,
Oh,
he's not back right now.
He's
The
not.
Bears and the Packers have done everything. They basically wrapped up the NFC North in a nice little bow, sent it to Allen Park, and Jim Schwartz said, "What's this? I don't want this. They're terrible.
Yeah, I know they're terrible.
They can't beat the Bucks.
Nope.
Right? They couldn't
They
beat the
can't beat the
Steelers.
Who days.
Couldn't beat the Steelers. Couldn't beat the Bengals.
Who days?
Right. Home games too.
Right.
So Monday night.
Baltimore.
Monday night's Baltimore. Baltimore's not out of it.
No.
No,
They
they're
don't
not.
look as bad as they have.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Is Ford Field going to be loud? Is Ford Field going to help him? Can you quit drawing? All right, this is not clip art time. This is sports talk time. What are you drawing?
I'm going to tell you why.
I hope that the Lions get it done. I think the Lions get it done.
Do you think they get it done on
Yes.
Monday?
This is who I'm going with on Monday night.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football.
What is
Here
that?
is why.
Is that a futuristic car? What is
Because
it?
Joe Flacco is going to have a big game against the Lions secondary. Chris Houston is a joke of a corner, along with Darius Slay.
He's hurt.
And then, of course, you have Rasheed Mathis,
He's okay.
who's not, he's not a form of his pro self. And then, who else you got?
Bill Bentley.
Yeah, Bill Bentley's not very good. And then they have no linebackers.
What?
They have no linebackers.
Their linebackers have actually been pretty decent this
Even
year.
talk, it's terrible.
No, he's not.
He's terrible.
DeAndre Levy, you're going to say he's terrible?
Yeah, he's not that great. And then
outta
also
here.
he doesn't have. And also, of course, you see what the Eagles did last week?
What?
Eagles just torched the Lions.
Yeah, all right, listen. I owe you an apology because I've defended Chris Houston this year. I said he's a pretty decent cornerback. I don't know who's out there. Who is it? Looks like one of the kids in middle school we coach.
Yeah.
Burned on everything, can't tackle. The only reason he caught the ball
I wouldn't
yesterday
compare
was
them to any of the kids we coach.
No,
I wouldn't compare to any of the middle schools. I think our middle school kids are much better than the Lions.
You think so?
Yes.
Then the whole Lions?
Than the whole Lions. I think
Then all of them.
I think all three middle school teams and the high school team is much better than the Lions.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. All right. Well, final score for Monday. You got a prediction?
23-20 Lions.
Okay.
I'm
You're gonna write it down, of course. Go ahead and write it down.
I'm gonna say Ravens will beat the Lions by a score of
my
42 to 21.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my Lord.
Yep. Here it is. Ravens 42, Lions 21.
I can't wait until we rub it in you.
So what's the Lions' final record this year?
The Lions' final record will be.
Oh God,
Okay.
you could just say it
Yeah.
with your mouth.
Yeah. I'm going to say. I'm gonna say it right now.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna say it right now. They are going to be. Let's see. They will not beat the Giants. They will not beat the Ravens. They will not beat the Vikings. So this will be their record. They are
7-9.
7-9. The Lions will not make the playoffs at 7-9.
You got anything?
I think they're gonna be 9-7.
The way they started, it's pitiful. All right. Well, when we come back, we're gonna be back right here on Between Taorminas.
Hey, Sammy, Anthony, and Ian, this is Dan Miller from Fox 2 News and the voice of the Detroit Lions. Congratulations on 2 years. A lot of shows don't make it that long, but you guys are obviously doing the right thing, so way to go. Keep it going. Keep doing what you do, and we look forward to talking to you again next year when you hit another anniversary. Until then, we'll talk to you soon.
Hey, this is Mickey York from Fox Sports Detroit. When I want to get the inside scoop on local sports, I watch Between Taorminas or Fox Sports Detroit.
Oh, hang on. I'm writing something. I can't be on the
We are
show.
back with Between
Sorry.
Taorminas here on ONTV. And guys, how you guys doing so far?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm hanging there, you know. Well, let's first talk about call-outs this week.
Are there call-outs?
Yes, we got call-outs. So let me go first. Now hit my music, Mr. Velez. Thank you. My first call-out involves a man named from the Red Wings, Mr. Darren McCarty. Why? Simple. Look. Oh my God. Why? Simple. Look. You know,
a lot of people talk about when am I going to call out Darren McCarty?
It's your last
Darren McCarty. You know, with the ring. You know, you're a fighter. I'm a fighter too. You know. Wow, there he's fighting.
Oh, wow.
All
Watch
right,
out.
thank you. Now call out. Darren McCarty, you want to come on BT so much? Hey, you're more than welcome to come by on BT. More than honored to have you on there. That'd be fun. My next call out involves a man that certainly needs to learn respect in Lake Orion sports. Mr. Keith Dunlap. Why? Simple. Look, you know, you're from Lake Orion. You've been, you know, you have a child that goes to Lake Orion, but yet you don't support Lake Orion. You don't appreciate what Lake Orion does. Mr. Keith Dunlap, you come on, man. You know better. You need to learn. You gotta learn, man, that at the same time, you have to have some Lake Orion. You live in Lake Orion, for crying out loud. Then you pick Cass Tech in 2012. What the heck are you thinking? You know, really, look, Keith, it's a shame. It really is a shame. My last call out.
Whew, that's it? Only 3
My
days?
last call out involved somebody that, you know, I've written 39, 40 works, but me, why? Simple. I need to work on publishing these works and to get them done. Do I think I can get them done? Of course. Yeah, publishing takes a while to get it. Publishing does take a while, I understand that. But, you know, I can certainly do better at that, and I can certainly get going with that. But, I mean, at the same time, editing is challenging, and also getting people their permission to do it, to put their names in my books, it's challenging.
You never asked my permission. You killed me off more than once, too.
But myself, I can do better. Well, my 3 call-outs this week. First one, I'm going to call out a show that,
God.
really, you've been on before.
Yes.
And they had a Christmas show. Community Corner. Why?
Don't be too harsh.
Well, at least, I'm going to be honest with you. Community Corner, you know, they're not a bad show. You know, I mean, they compete. I mean, like, you know, they've had, I don't know how many shows they've had, but
They've had quite a bit.
yeah, they have quite
Really,
a bit.
really,
But, you know,
really,
but
the
I'm
hosts are
saying-
really good people.
What I'm saying is that Christmas show? Come on, man. Goodness gracious. All right.
They had cookies.
At least it's better than making my best friends. No offense.
I thought you were on that show.
No.
I'm glad that you appreciate Community Corner and the things that they've done.
Well, my next call here I'm gonna call is I'm very upset with this guy. This guy doesn't pick Lake Orion in his blog, in his top 10
For boys
for
and
both
girls.
boys and girls basketball, despite the fact the girls basketball team is right now still unbeaten.
that
You know, it
Joey
may
Lawrence?
change when they play Clarkson, but Scott Bernstein. Why? Let's look at it here. Why in the world have you ever seen Lake Orion practice? Have you? I don't think you have. I mean, like, and I don't see anything Lake Orion on there. Are you saying because last year's Lake Orion boys basketball team was supposed to be good? But I'll tell you what right now.
Boys or girls?
Boys team first. I'm going to tell you what right now. This Lake Orion boys team, there's a reason I have Orion winning the white in boys this year. There is a reason why. And you need to understand that. You need to read my blogs more, Sunshine. And then girls, how in the world are you going to take a team that, like, you put Oxford as 10. They've won their last 2 games by a combined 8 points, whereas Lake Orion's is putting up 66 on people. Are you kidding me? You know, it's virtually the same competition that both Orion and Oxford are playing right now, and that Orion's put up 66 points on 2 separate occasions, and Oxford has won their last 2 games by 8 points. You're not giving Lake Orion girls any respect, and I'm disappointed with that. It's a disgrace that you're not giving Lake Orion the recognition they deserve. You know what? Maybe it's a good thing that they're under the radar right now.
In both girls and
Both
boys.
girls and boys. And my last call, this girl is a attorney who worked in a Detroit bankruptcy case, and I'm very upset, and I was very annoyed by this, especially seeing this. I'm going to call is Heather Lennox. Now, who is Heather Lennox, you say? She's a bankruptcy attorney for Jones Day. Why? Here's why. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Who's
the suit?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, the lady right there.
Oh.
Dude, you're a big shot! You're not! I can beat you in a sport!
Oh, good grief.
Who are you? Get rid of the high heels and wear tennis shoes! You look better in those! Jeez.
You think she's good looking?
No.
Is that what's going on here?
No.
You calling her out for a date, or
No.
you calling her out for real reasons?
No, I'm calling out for real reasons.
Why is your phone number on the bottom of the screen then?
It's not on there.
Oh,
She is older than I am.
that's all right. Older woman's a good
I'm
thing.
old.
I know you're old.
I'm old.
I see it. I know you're old.
Disappointed.
Disappointed, huh?
Yes. And Scott Bernstein, check my blog, please. I'm serious. Dead serious. What great music that I had for my call out. What great music.
You talking to me?
Oh, dang right I
You
am.
are?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Hit that music again, please. Jeez Louise. Turn it up.
Maybe I can only handle one of you at a time.
You want me fired?
I want you fired.
Why?
I want you replaced.
I didn't do anything wrong with you.
I think it's time to upgrade the talent around here.
No.
Yep.
Okay.
You know who we're going to replace you with?
Who?
Pat Caputo.
Pat Caputo.
I already talked to him.
What?
I talked to him.
You talked to Pat Caputo?
Yeah, I tweeted him.
Why?
I saw him running again. He's interested.
Come on. I love that music. Dead Man's Hand.
You going to pay the copyright laws when we get in trouble for that?
No.
No?
No. Yeah, we're gonna violate copyright.
Yeah. And we're getting in trouble. We're getting in trouble with you. We got to replace you. He's called a nice man named Scott Bernstein Sunshine. That's going to hurt.
He's nice. Are you sure? You sure? Are you sure?
I don't know the man. I feel bad for him.
Keith Dunlap picks against us all the time, and he's from Lake Orion.
Maybe he doesn't want to get accused of hometownism. You know?
He's from Lake Orion. He knows better.
All right.
And of course, my hockey team, of course, is 14-9.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. It was a great show. Appreciate you coming out and seeing us.
Nice seeing us back together for a year.
It was nice. It was fun.
Month and
It was fun.
more than a month.
All right. Next week, the show will be somewhere. Don't know who's going to be on it, but we hope to see you then. Take care, Lake Orion. Bye-bye.